Hi, I'm Shahana, and this is my book Thrive, Falling in Love with Life. Even as a really little girl, I felt love throb in my veins, as if the very life force were trying to find expression through my physical existence, threatening to gush out. I had utter confidence that the world was a very good place. I wanted to sing for everybody on the train from Madras to Calcutta every summer. I wanted to wipe my mother's tears, especially when she said that she wished she were dead. I wanted to make up for my father's mother who was no more, especially when he was violently angry. I wanted to squeeze my little sister, but I bullied her sometimes. I made big, bright paintings and gave them away, especially to people who were sad, or my teachers who I loved very much, always. It was easy for me to make the A grades, so I had plenty of time to plot and play pranks and roam wild and barefoot in the sprawling campuses I grew up in, bringing home stray kittens and puppies and hurt birds. I sneaked away to the neighbors to watch those forbidden Bollywood flicks, and all I saw in them was love. You know, when the father of Jesus' church picks up the abandoned Hindu orphan boy and raises him, and that boy later goes on to marry the Muslim girl against all odds. Or when Meera loves Krishna with no tangible return, writing poetry and music in his name all her life. Later I wanted to hug and hold the neighbor boy, maybe feel his tongue on mine. But instead an older man did those things to me, so I didn't want those anymore. I set my sights higher. I wanted to somehow make India and Pakistan one again, love each other again. I wanted to salt march with Gandhi. I wanted to hold Martin Luther King Jr.'s hand when he declared, "I have a dream." Or I wanted to visit Nelson Mandela in his cell, tears stinging my eyes in every one of these daydreams. I just wanted to touch human spirits I wanted to love. But you know, as the story goes, life took a course that obscured and threatened to obliterate this little girl. Suddenly I was a performer, an achiever, an architect, a wife, an Indian American immigrant, a corporate employee, a homeowner, and all those good things that earn you checked boxes and plaques and approving nods. Love, laughter, music, and paint were channeled and chained and managed into the shoulds of this good existence. And before I knew it, I was codependent in a violent marriage. The scars on my soul running far deeper than those on my body. Unable to love anymore, but hating really only myself. I was 30 years old. Then suddenly, there was a different neighbor boy, of all places in the seat next to me in the corporate American workplace. His eyes were blue and his hair was blonde, but he was like a ruthless mirror to this brown girl. He was my twin soul. And for all my fighting resistance and the layers of masks that I had put on over the years, that little girl that I was sure was dead came bursting forth. The outrageous things he said and did stirred me from my coma, woke me from my stupor, sparked my enthusiasm, rekindled my fire for creativity. Unwittingly and relentlessly, he reflected back to me my purer nature as a vibrant, creative being. I was thoroughly and irreversibly exposed. No, naked. I was terrified. And I was 12 years old again. Wide-eyed but clear, innocent but wise, and uncompromisingly truthful. I had gone back, and now there was no going back. Later that year, the day after Thanksgiving, I walked into the terrifying unknown, into the vague ball of flame, leaving behind the house of cards that I had so carefully fabricated over the years. In Thrive, I tell you what happened in the 7 years thereafter, and all the insights that came to light. I described how I almost died from the suffering that followed, but how one day a miraculous vision compelled me to choose life. I share how I found my center of gravity, my higher power. I share how becoming conscious to the present and only the present completely changed the story of my past as well as the potential for my future. I describe how compassion opened the doors to my authentic power, and how I recognized my choice in everything that had happened and everything yet to be. And then how my separate physical existence began to blur and disintegrate to connect me with everybody and everyone around me. And through all of this, I share how I unlocked my true creativity, the true powers of my creativity, which is to create my life at every turn. You know, Thrive is about all these things, and yet it is always about love, that essential, powerful, divine life force that has always throbbed in my veins. I try to share with you how my renewed ability to love unconditionally blossomed into a connection with the divine, with myself, with other beings, and a faith in all possibility, in all human creative potential, and in life itself. Today I still do many things with fancy names. I'm a design strategist, I'm a storyteller, I'm a performing artist, I'm a community advocate, and I'm a creativity coach. But this time around I know that all I really do is love. Because I love, I create, and because I create, I spark creativity in others around me, passing on that priceless gift that the neighbor boy didn't even realize he gave me. I hope you'll give my book a read, and I hope it'll spark something for you. Yes, it's serious and spiritual and grown up in parts, but yet underneath it all, it has my big laugh, ample mischief, and lots of love.